A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy here, quantstrategic.com.sg with a recap on the S&P 500. So, starting off with the longer term charts, you can see the S&P 500 making higher highs, and though it has pulled back a little bit last week during the last couple of trading days on the US markets. However, a very nice bullish picture for the S&P 500 moving forward. And on the monthly charts, still making higher highs, still we close at 3903, perhaps another leg upwards to 4,000. We won't know. We will see how the week and the month closes out for February 2021. Looking at your medium-term charts, the weekly charts, long signal still very nicely valid from the 1st of June 2020 last year, buying around the 3,168 level, and currently at 3,903. That's almost a 700-point profit. And though the weekly picture, we have a sort of an engulfing bar for the last closing high, but the next support is at 3785, and that has to be broken before any of these levels, which is the Kijun line at 3569, as well as the ultimate pivot point on the weeklies at 3554, can be touched. Taking reference from the dailies chart, the pivot at 3810 is a very important pivot to watch for those who are still long the US market in any stocks. This pivot has to hold for this uptrend long signal at 3861, targeting all-time highs that were issued beginning of the month. It's still looking fine, though it has broken its Tenkan line right here. Short-term trend seems that it may want to test this particular pivot at 3810, so watch this level carefully. And if you look at the 4-hourly charts, you can see that on the 4-hourly charts, the short signal at 3928 that was issued on the 17th of February is still valid, and currently price action is now into the cloud area, the cloud zone. So significantly on the 4-hourly chart, what we want to see is whether price is able to break down below the SSSB line on the cloud and then start to trade around this area. And once it breaks through the cloud, then you will see consequently the daily chart as well doing the same. All right, so the 4-hourly chart helps you to identify weaknesses or whether it's a short-term correction. All right, otherwise the pivot at 3592 is very important. If price is able to break through above this level, 3952, and break above, and then we get new all-time highs. All right, so all these pivot points are important because this actually shows the strength of the trend, either downwards or upwards. If you notice on the 4-hourly chart, there are many occasions where the S&P 500 broke through the 4-hourly trend on the 21st of December, 4th of Jan, 15th of Jan, 2nd of February, and then now on the 17th of February. So what this means to you is pretty simple, or rather for you to understand that when the stocks are making higher highs, all right, there will be a lot of profit taking. So stay tuned, or rather stay focused on the longer term time frames for you to appreciate what S&P 500 is doing. So as a summary, though we had a little bit of a pullback last week, closing at 3903, based on the longer term time frames, you can see that we are still pretty healthy on a monthly long-term basis, and as well on the weekly chart, still pretty bullish, not even touching the Kijun line. On the daily chart, we have a very strong and important pivot to hold at 3810, and you can see a short-term weakness on the 4-hourly chart that will be broken if we break through 3952, and then we can make new highs, perhaps 4,000 and beyond for the S&P 500 for the rest of the trading year and the next month of March. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll update this particular video on the blogs on important levels to watch on strategic.com.sg. Thanks very much and have a great weekend.